Welcome back. Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are joining us. It is Mayegun Live. If this is your first time of joining me today, you're welcome. And if this is your second time today, then you are welcome back. Today, I brought it to your notice or to our notice, the nocturnal meetings being called in what is called like the rallying together of the Northern Power Bloc to wrestle power from Tinubu in 2027. Then came Shehu Sani, a former Kaduna senator, a sworn enemy of El Rufaya. He came out to warn them. Don't break Nigeria. Let Tinubu spend his 8 years. If we want peace in Nigeria, you northern element, you are not asking for the power because of the people. You are asking for the power for yourselves. 8 years, not just being in control of Nigeria, also controlled the major institutions in Nigeria. These were the position of Shehu Sani, by the way. You will hear it. Read the rest of the chart. Share it. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends and tell them. So thank you so much for joining me again. And tonight we are having what is called the People's Parliament. Now that is, if you have not really witnessed that before, well, if this is your first time, okay? So the People's Parliament is where the viewers, you, can actually come on, not just picking up your phone to call in and express your views. If you want to put face beside that name, that voice, People's Parliament is quite a good place for you, in which you too can be on this screen, right? Tell us what we don't know. And yeah, at that point, when we get to that stage, right, the link is right there in the comment, or the description rather. Use the link, set yourself up. The device you might want to use if you are joining us, right? That device can't be the same device you are using to watch this broadcast, okay? So you have to find another one. And mind you, I've got a very, very, good, powerful camera. You can put this on your TV and use your phone that you are using to type under the comments. So the moment that the parliament opens, then you just leave the comment section of the YouTube and just join us. The link is there. Set it up. When you are joining us, please don't join us from your bedroom. Don't join us where you have no clothing on because you are in your bed, you're about to sleep. Please don't. And please don't join us if you know that you're not going to put your camera on. Don't send the link at all. And for those of us who might be interested, right, I will repost the link in the comments. Use it if you want to. It's quite interesting. And I advise a lot of us who might want to be part of it to join early. Don't wait till it's about half an hour to go. And about 10 people still on the screen, then you start rushing in because, oh yeah, I remember what I wanted to say. It's a tough one. And I always give, kudos to everybody that manages to come on the screen, when you know who you are dealing with, right? But the ritual is this, okay? I will get us into the entire program, okay? I'll tell you, give you some catch up. Interesting happenings, interesting stuff's happening in the contraption. Reggie, your memory of some of them too, possibly. You would have something to share with us. So when you join us, you're going to have 5 minutes. And that 5 minutes is for you to tell us what you have to say. And what you want to say could be anything, right? But let's start with this. Nigeria is where we're going to start from this evening. Thank you so much for joining me once again. So let's get down to it. Okay. So the northern political rogues who have helped Bokwari to run Nigeria aground. The same northern political criminals that watched when Bokwari was releasing terrorists and jailing activists for questioning the destruction of Nigeria under this APC, Egbekegbe. They kept quiet. These same northern criminals, APC, PDP, and the rest of them from northern Nigeria, who have been, who have been playing the, the front, the back, but, playing the back and forth in the sense that they play the defense for the terrorists. Then they act like they are concerned about the insecurity. You see all of that. Now they feel like the last 1 year, that some of them have been out of that power to them. Tinubu has failed them. And if what everybody is talking about across Nigeria now, it is an opportunity for the North, okay, to take the power back in 2027. And in fact, it is a thing. It is not a rumor. And that is why when Sehu Sani was asked in his words, listen before you judge him, okay? To him, let Tinubu spend his 80 years. And then let Tinubu restructure Nigeria. But it's practically because it's out of the loop. For those of you who probably knows the relationship he has with El Rufaya, right? So he dropped something. Let's start from that.
Well, Nigerian northern political class are part of the Nigeria's ruling political elite, but their own peculiar characteristics has to do with the fact that, for the fact that the North has been behind in a number of indices of development, there should have been a concerted effort in terms of bringing development to that part of the country. But look at what we are having now. In the last 8 years before the coming of this administration, in 2015 there was so much hope, there was so much belief and faith that the leadership that took over at that time will address these fundamental issues. But it was not. Today, the states in the Northwest are facing serious problems of banditry, kidnapping, and killings by all sorts of violent groups. In the Northeast, the Boko Haram, the ISIS, and other terrorist groups are still holding sway, despite the fact that not only the North has been in power from 2015 to 2023, but major organs of government were headed by people from that region, and they have not actually used it for development. So now, to the fact that someone from the South has taken over, there appears to be an organized attempt for them to resurrect their power base and see how they can return to power. So power should be of use to the masses, to the telecoms in the North, Power should address their poverty, should address their insecurities, should address the issues of development, and not power should be used to enrich an insignificant few who simply are parasitic on the economy of the country. This brings the need for the present administration to go ahead with the issue of restructuring, which I believe will be another systemic opportunity for Nigerians to address their problems of underdevelopment, and for the North to come back home and see what it can do with its resources to address the problem that it is facing for more than a... Well,
so that's part of his own Jean. He has a stone to grind with those he called the ruling class or ruling elite from northern Nigeria, who are now, acting like a fish out of water, and they feel like they're going to die without power. So to him, the power that they call, the power they claim that they have the capacity or ability to wield or give and take in Nigeria is not actually for the talakawas, the poor in northern Nigeria. Northern Nigeria have seen worse. Whatever Nigeria is facing or reported another, it is worse in northern Nigeria. So how could you people who left the same power just a year ago started conspiring again to take it back? Because they still have that delusion that northern Nigeria is so big, so populated, that it determines who will become president in Nigeria. Listen to this one. If Nigeria was a real country, right? And I'm not trying to kind of sound more or less like to sound patronizing. If Nigeria was a real country, southern Nigeria will rule Nigeria in perpetuity. Yeah, you heard me right. You know the fake population of northern Nigeria. You know why they will never allow any proper counting at all? The reason is because the colonialists, they have structured Nigeria political space in a way that it will be controlled by this ruling class from northern Nigeria, mainly the Fulanis, right? So it is believed that whenever you want to allocate figures about anything in Nigeria, you must always make sure that the northern Nigeria is always have the edge. A lot of people will be like, they don't understand how is that even possible. Don't pretend. Everything in Nigeria has always been about assumption and exaggeration, though. So when they talk about, and the reason why they have to put it that way is this: politically, it is powerful. When you say you are you are the highest in the country, no proof. That means you are going to need more states, more local governments, more reps, more senators, more federal appointments, more federal jobs, more and more and more in everything. It doesn't matter if they are not qualified. It has to be implemented. Until Boko Haram came. And there was nothing like that federal character anymore. It was just the North. So Nigeria fed the parasite from northern Nigeria who parade themselves, who bought themselves private jets, the latest automobiles. There is a guy called something Obla. There is an interview he just granted. I'm going to grab a copy of that and bring that to you. He was sacked by Boko Haram simply because this guy discovered over 20 billion. He said it was over $20 billion of diverted crude oil sale from Nigeria. Nigerian crude oil sold, and the money didn't return to Nigeria. He found his way somewhere in America, and America found it somehow. So this guy alerted Nigeria And you know what he said they did? First, they sacked him. Then after Buhari sacked him, Buhari sent him to ICPC that they must investigate him. Because the guys behind the oil theft we are talking about in Nigeria, and where the money was going, which country is taking the stolen crude oil from Nigeria. This Obla guy found that, reported to Buhari, they sacked him, the money gone. Do you understand that now? So it wasn't about helping their people. Okay? It is pretty much like keeping the violence on. The power is not about them. So you can't break that, because they have psychologically make everybody believe that the northern Nigeria is more populated than southern Nigeria, and that's it. Nobody is allowed to check, to question it. So to Sehu Sani, a kind of don't mind these guys to push Tinubu, and Tinubu to also have the balls to launch restructuring. Restructuring Nigeria simply means everybody will go back to where they come from. But that will be the restructuring that they have touted for a while, right? Tinubu's restructuring is going to be another shocker, which is why Sehu Sani and his restructuring talk is just something that I could pull to say, in fact, deal with us. That's exactly what he's saying. If you have to restructure Nigeria, let the North go back to the North. Let the West go back to the West. Let the East go back to the East. Let everybody go back and utilize the resources in their regions. That's what he said. On another forum, he said other things. Same with Mike Zekome and Were Wike. Has some words for Sehu Sani and Mike Zekome. I think you should listen.
Mr. Moderator, better guests, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, I'm an awardee, but I'm a Nigerian. That's correct. The lecturer, my friend, Professor Zakome, had made some points. But to be wrong, sitting here without correcting some impression. First of all, we are talking about democracy 25 years. We know we have challenges. I expected the lecturer to say, yes, we have made some progress. And on his lecture, not one progress was made. Criticism. Are you telling me that for 25 years, we have not made one progress? Then we can say, yes, we have made this progress, but there's still room for us to move forward. Just like Sehu Sani said, how they were locked up, how they were detained. And he say, under this democracy, any Nigerian have found himself under that state. That's a progress. That's the progress. You say we should give the impression, see we have not made any progress. You have said here about infrastructure, FCT. You have said here FCT. Who is FCT minister working on that? Who?
The president.
Mr. President. Which means he has the capacity to do those who can help him move the country forward. That is progress. Mr. President knows that there's a problem. And that's why he said they need hope agenda. Why did he say he need hope agenda? He knows that Nigerians have lost hope. But the day that he must work hard to bring back that hope to Nigeria. So it is not as if, Mr. President, don't sit down, let people not deceive you that Nigerians are suffering. Who does not know that Nigerians are suffering? That is no longer a story. And we should not be we should distinguish between theory and real practice. You know, we like to come to the public and begin to, and that's what Nigerians like. You like to clap hand. Mr. President has been making a lot of efforts. And you know where we are coming from. We don't expect within a short time, economy that was down, everything was, this country was broken. And then you expect within a short time, everything will be corrected. That is not correct. Thank you for saying that we have turned Abuja around. Which means if Abuja can be well, it means other things will be well. Yes. So I felt I should contribute this and to say my brother friend, and that the main fact that you were active don't mean that you do well. No. That they did not allow you to be well. No. Activists have always failed. Activists have failed. We have seen activists that were given appointments, and yet they failed. When you were in Senate, how did we perform? What was our performance as senators? And you have said about rigging elections, and as an activist, how many times have you rejected brief? Those who have rigged the election, you have always defended them. It is not about every time we come here, we postulate and postulate and postulate. Thank you, and God.
Nuisance, Lele.
Just so you are reminded. So what Wike was saying there was to shout at them that, no, we have made progress. There's been so much progress too. You sit down there, you said, criticize, no progress. That is why Tinubu brought renewed, but his own guys are not in the hall. They are the ones who always finish his sentences for him. And that is why the president brings him renewed hope. I love the last part he said. You, Zekome, you come here every time you talk. Some of you, they've given you appointment before. Una be the same. We know now. Now talk. You, Zekome, you talk about people rigging election after 25 years of democracy. People with the rig election, no be you that they call. When they come to give you briefs to come and defend them, no be you. No be not the defenders when we rig elections. Then you come around and be postulating, speaking grammar, speaking this or that. I like that part. Some of you here have been senators. You, Sehu Sani, maybe you be senator. What did you achieve? So everybody's activist. I like that part too. But those are the charlatans in charge of Nigeria. That's very wicked style. Meanwhile, talking about the kind of people in charge of Nigeria, here is one level law. You know, if I kind of tell you how they always spend like triple or quadruple the cost of anything they are investing on, any project, and when it is time for them to suddenly say we can't manage it anymore, we are selling it off, they will sell it as scraps. So here is a report. Well, not report. It was actually a conversation around an investigation around the disappeared $1.2 million in the Ministry of Aviation. Fraudsters Otobokeyamo came out yesterday. When was that day I was telling you that we have the intelligence report too, that not only that the criminals who are sponsoring terrorists in Nigeria are mainly those in government, that these guys, they were sponsoring terrorism in order to chase people away from their communities, from their ancestral lands, in pursuit of precious mineral resources. Some of them illegally mined and then taken out of Nigeria in private planes, private jets. They have their own airfield, private airfields, right? Inside the forest. Some of them in the open field, open deserts. private airfields built by governors, senators. I'm talking about individuals building theirs because that's how they are smuggling things out. I didn't know about